All right. Hello, everyone. Where'd my music go? Want it? And hey, there it is. Okay. Hello, everyone. Back with the Interdivision challenge, as per usual. Something to have a little bit of a bridge from past season into next. That being going into the final season of this godforsaken game that many people are hoping is not going to be the same going to the next one. But, anywho, as you can see on your screen is the driver lineup, and we'll go through that in a moment. But before then, I will introduce my co-caster for this evening, Peter DH. How goes it?
Oh, it is fantastic tonight. It's the most wonderful broadcast and race of the season. It's one that I actually get to watch live instead of having to watch the replays on Twitch or YouTube rather than racing in Division 4 itself. Should be a wonderful one tonight. Crash, thank you for having me.
Not a problem. So we just mentioned before there that Peter is kind of low. Okay, fixed. We were kind of mentioning before, we got 19 out of the 20. The one man missing is the Division 5 champion. I did add little king emoticons beside the people who won their divisions there, so you can see who's coming in as a champion into this one.
4 division winners, very exciting to see tonight.
Well, 3 with the one Gab being not here.
Oh, right. Gab, so Division 5's champion and Division 3's champion not represented in the lineups tonight.
Yes, exactly. The Division 3 champion, I guess we can give him a shout out here, was none other than Electric Blade, who dominated, nearly finishing 300 points up ahead of Slayerized, who is representing the Division 3 this evening, pairing alongside Travis Scott in the Alpine. But anywho, you must have raced against quite a few of these teams. Now, a quick little input before we get into this here. For those that do not know, the Interdivision Challenge is based on realistic car settings. So all the quicker divisions are in the slower cars, and all the slower divisions are in the quicker cars. And it works out pretty damn good. We do see some upsets and whatnot every now and then too. And as well as the Division 1 guys absolutely having to hyper stress over having to race with the slower vehicles. But anywho, is there anyone that you see on this screen, maybe with a little bit of a car boost, that could be impactful here?
That is an absolute great question there. You gotta give a shout out, even though it is the Haas, it does have the D2 drivers in it, and you have to think that both Houdini and VTech are going to be feeling very good in those tonight. Do not fret on my D4 boys in the Mercs, however. Alex27 and Tono with the superior cars on track should be looking great.
So...
Yeah. What just happened to Pork there?
I don't know, but he's gone.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's a great start. The warning that popped up on my screen was blocking the pit lane DSQ, so something tells me he might have spun out there. And he is already in the Twitch commentary commenting, well, that was fun. Oh dear. But on that note, DJ Knickknack, the first driver to set a quali time.
Yeah,
Let's
take us around here.
take us around. I wish I could give that pure Ryan Rod's conversation on clipping the apex and catching it on time, but maneuvers the S's with quite good speed as he heads down to the can I call it the new end of Sector 1, start of Sector 2? Feels like we've had it for a little while now. Takes as much curb as he can before he opens up the DRS down the long straight. Feels like this straightaway goes forever before this very tight left-right chicane. Gets that all the way down to second gear. Rotates the car quite smoothly and catches the sausage curb for a spin. Gonna see who else is on a flying lap after that.
Alfa Romeo. No, it'd be the...
We've got Shelly in a wall as well. I don't think he was on his outlap, so...
you can pick up on Gunner ADI.
Alrighty.
Virtually in the same spot, too.
Yeah, actually, Gunner looks like he's going through under the hotel, under the bridge in Sector 3. Maneuvering well, carrying some good speed, not taking as much curb as possible, really going tight on the inside as he opens it up to exit to the final two right-handers, setting the first quality time of the race. Of course, this, unlike most Midwest races, will have Gunner come in at a 126.5. Quickly usurped by Slayer at a 125.8. Unlike most Midwest races, this is a true qualifying run where we go through Q1, Q2, and Q3 rather than just the 18-minute short qualifying run. So, going to be spending quite a lot of time in the qualifying screen here, and it is important to get those sector times in. Ooh, geez, Gunner almost DNF'd on his in lap. That was brutal, but it will be very important as qualifying will set it up for the grueling run of the race. Great to see Tono sitting in the top spot right now, making my initial calls on what the fastest lap would be and who the best driver would be out of the lower division guys not look ridiculous.
Yeah, no, honestly, I've always thought Toto's a pretty decent driver. I'm almost surprised that he's all the way down in Division 4. But, I mean, he's definitely a dark horse this evening. Slayerized as well. I mean, he's had a really good season also.
There you go. I don't even need to give a shout out to the Monkey Mafia Racing guys. They are absolutely starting it off with some decent initial times. Gonna say, I believe we've got Travis Scott's and Ill Bill on some quality ones right now. Travis Scott's looks like he had a little bit of a adventure on that lap there. Not sure if he's gonna go for a double hot lap at this point.
Oh, my track map doesn't have the updated turns. Shoot.
Yeah, always fun when tracks change that way.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we'll have to get Ulek to come out of retirement to update that for me.
Oh, would be the dream. Montreal's own Ulek Holvian. I actually had no idea how to ever say his name.
Holvin, I guess. Helgilian is the worst one.
Yeah, I've been saying Helgian. I would love a correction on how to actually pronounce that, but
Just
I'm
uh,
gonna
Helg. That's it.
Helg.
That's all
Yeah,
you can just
that's a
bank
smarter
on
way to
is
say it.
Helg. I wonder, can I move my? Is that better? Hi, I want to offer you a free promotion. How about you fucking suck me off? That's free.
Oh, shout out to Trample Dabsy in the chat. Dogehype.com. Like we're gonna give that free sponsorship. All right, so race day Houdini and Shelley. We got both the Aston Martins out there, which is kind of funny considering I guess Aston was the ninth quickest car in this game, and yet it may be the second or third fastest car this year, as had a little bit of a Perez moment in the background on race day's stream, just seeing one of the Ferraris absolutely spin it in sector 3 on his in lap.
Yeah, so now with the only 19 being in the session, and then with the very quick elimination of pork chops, nearly fastest elimination you could possibly get, trying to set a Midwest F1 record here in the Interdivision Challenge for quickest disqualification. It only leaves 3 drivers to be knocked out of Q1, and a very peculiar spot was race day, as he had an Alpine and a Williams swerving to avoid potential carnage there. And he's still without a time, as well as his teammate Shelly the Turtle, who looks to be going on his hot lap here.
Yep, you got to think that race day is going to try and boogie back to those pits as quick as possible. And yeah, it's, you know what, that right there, race day, of course, puts a lot of practice time into this and had a great first season in Division 1. That right there is the beauty of the interdivision race. You see the top drivers really struggling in these, well, all them realistic cars for last season. The dog of the Aston Martin, very difficult to handle, even for some of Midwest's best.
Do you hear an echo as well, Peter?
You know what? I actually didn't hear you at first, but now you came through just fine.
Hmm. Okay. Let me know if it gets worse, or we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Thank you for the shout out in the chat there, Pork. Good to know.
It's still echoing.
Yeah, even Tono's saying it has echo.
Is that better?
It sounds different, but I didn't have the echo in the first place. I'll wait to hear. Actually, maybe we should ask: is the echo Peter or is the echo Crash?
I think it's me because Porkchop said for me on the echo in the chat there. No, I had no idea it was fully quality. Oh, Nick Knack is in for something. Call me maybe going over 10th here. Scornsey and Reinrod still without a lap here. Not when Peter talks, only Crash, yeah. Is it still echoing? Echo.
Apparently, only yours, Crash.
Yeah, I know. Is that better? Is it still echoing? Yes, again. Okay, you go ahead. I'm going to try and fix this.
Wow, just peeked in, and by what is that? 100th of a second, we have Scornsey in the Williams with the fastest lap. Houdini is in. Picking up fellow MMR driver Adultian in the AlphaTauri tonight. Great to see three of the MMR drivers represented, and great to see such a representation of the top of the field here. DRS wide open heading into the chicane in sector 2. Gets that car slowed down, taking it in fourth gear throughout. Really carries the speed well. I have to say, that's one of the most unique ways I've seen that chicane taken in that regard. Looping into sector 3, carrying great speed. As Crash mentioned earlier, we got Adultian only P11 right now, but only the top 15 is what we need to worry about. And frankly, only 4 drivers being eliminated with Pork's unfortunate circumstances earlier.
Okay, is it still echoing? Chat. All right. Baba Yaga still needs to set a time here. You are fine now. Oh. Okay. Well, I'll take that for what it's worth. So, yes, in the drop zone right now, 78 Corvette, Travis Scott, Baba Yaga, and of course, Pork Chop's already out. Travis Scott still not setting really a competitive time at all. Corvette needs to get a move on. And Ryan Rods as well as the driver at risk.
That's where I popped on right now. You got to wonder if perhaps the first lap may be a little bit of an issue there that we were unaware of or did not catch on screen. But with Scornsey sitting at the top of the board, you got to think Ryan will be close there as holy cow, does he utilize the maximum of those track limits. That is fantastic. But he is boxing in, going to need fresh tires. And oh, I may have jinxed him when he said he was taking too much of the track limits. I think he was caught out on it. Ryan Rods is going to have it all to work for. 4 minutes left. He's going to need to get back on track and only have one shot to try and block himself away from Baba Yaga.
Oh, VTech is gone.
Now, was that leaving the session or did he crash out?
He completely crashed out.
Oh dear. If A78, Travis, or Baba Yaga improves their lap, that is going to be a surprise knockout for VTech.
My my mic is down like all the way.
It's too sensitive, it seems like. Your mic sounds like me when it comes to echo, Crash. I apologize.
What?
So, quick look at the top of the leaderboard. Scornsey, Raceday, and Tono all probably sitting quite comfortably. A lot of those drivers in the 125s very likely don't need to come back out again to set a lap, unless they just want to play around or perfect their game with the setup. Believe Baba Yaga is going to be close to coming around to finishing his first time lap of the race. Pretty much, if he puts it ahead of VTech, he is going to knock VTech out of this session as well. We'll see him as he crosses the line. A little bit of oversteer at the very end. And brings it home for P10.
So now Ryan Rods is at major risk.
Ooh, and Tono. Looks like Tono just picked up a DQ for blocking the pit lane as well. So, wait a minute. Does that...
Is the echo gone now? Now I'm fine again.
Now,
Peter,
I
are
have
you
a
there?
question.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can't hear Peter. What the hell's going on?
That is hilarious. Is it maybe, like, do you have my
Peter,
audio
say
maybe
something?
playing in the background? Is that what's causing the echo?
Oh my god, I can see you talking. He is there?
That is hilarious.
You can hear Peter.
Maybe it's something with you hearing my audio? That is strange. Well, that is hilarious. It appears that
I can't hear Peter though.
that is so funny. So, by the sounds of it, the chat can hear us just fine, but Crash cannot hear me, so I'll keep calling the commentary. I think we had a shock moment happen there. I think Tono experienced the same thing that Pork experienced, spinning out in the pit lane. And if he got DSQ'd from the second session, he had the third fastest time, and he may get knocked out in Q1 because of that very unfortunate scenario.
Hello.
Now, I am on board with Ryan Rods right now, who I think these colors may sometimes lie to me, but it's showing me purple through the first sector. Does not surprise me in that car. Ryan Rods, of course, seemingly going to be focusing full time on iRacing for MidWest's Endurance iRacing team going forward, but going to give it one last run tonight in this game for us to see if he can get that one final glimpse of glory as the multi-time Division 1 champion. Ryan Rods comes across the line and he goes fast as 125.1, nearly 6/10 ahead of his teammate and the rest of the field.
Call me maybe he's trying to get himself out. He's currently under his time right now. Is this echoing? Is this echoing? Can you hear me through this?
I can't hear you through that.
Hello. Yeah, you can hear me through. What? Did you just respond to me in chat?
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, I had no idea you could hear me at this point.
Dude, this was just all over the place.
Well, this is a hilarious start to Q1. Thank goodness we have two more quali sessions to put this together.
I don't know. I've used these headphones before. I need to switch to my.
Going back to the tried and true, apparently. Well, nevertheless, it looks like Q1 is done. We're just going to have a few cars get sent back to the pit lane. I guess Ryan is the only one truly who technically can set another time, but he is truthfully on an in lap. We say goodbye, due to no fault of their own, to Pork and Tono due to some pit lane shenanigans and the beauty of Codemasters. A78 Corvette and Spaceman in the Ferrari and the Red Bull will be knocked out in Q1. VTech, despite that heavy shunt, I believe on his in lap, looks like he has survived to the next qualifying session. Top of the leaderboard after Q1, Ryan Rods and Scornsey in the Williams, and Race Day in the Aston Martin. D1 very well represented at the top of the board. Actually, I had to quickly just look on the stream there. I was like, oh, I hope I'm not cutting Crash off. Crash has disappeared as we hop through, as he's looking to figure out his headphone situation. Just want to thank everybody again tonight for tuning in as we are moving through now through the next stages of the qualifying sessions here. Again, Q1 is complete. We say goodbye to a McLaren, a Merc, a Ferrari, a Red Bull, and unfortunately VTech in the Haas.
Yo,
Actually,
where are Canadians here?
I actually don't think we have any. I think you and I are the only Canadians.
What the? Am I?
Although I will say, maybe I just misunderstood the game. I thought that it would keep the top 15 in, but if I'm reading the bottom of the leaderboard right, it looks like they kicked out VTech. It's just bottom 5 got kicked out.
Oh, maybe because VTech crashed.
I I don't I have no idea.
Okay,
I
so
was uh
okay,
I
it
was
seems
definitely
like it was
calling
my.
all of that as
Okay, yeah,
oops.
it was my stupid headset or my. These things are crap. Don't buy these. Fucking Amazon shit. Yes. Oh, we got Alex. He's Canadian. Or he lives in Canada. We'll take it.
All right. I was gonna say, yeah, Alex, I don't think he's too far from me. I definitely throw the Italian hands emoji up at him all the time. But yes, Greater Toronto Area represent. Nothing like our Midwestern United States League being broadcast by two fellas north of the border tonight.
Yeah, Midwest loves that. They love to have foreigners broadcast on their American League.
Well, you know what? At least it's not those tea-toddling Brits tonight.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess if there's no Brits who could take the shot at us, there's really nothing that can be done in this case.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, maybe I. Does. Can I get EPOS headphones? Like not like full headset because I don't need one, but like headphones. Let's click on that link.
Is that actually a bot response? Oh yeah, it was. Sorry, I didn't see Pork through the command in there. I thought the bot just picked up that Pork just mentioned it. That's
Oh.
incredible. But we are into Q2. Bunch of drivers on outlaps. Looks like race day is going to be the first one on his outlap, unless I missed somebody else on the board here.
They got wireless headphones.
Yes, Mother Ellie. Hotspot is American and Jacko is Australian. I'm actually just assuming that Hotspot's American. That is correct, right?
Yeah, no, he is. He's oh, where's he from? I can't remember where he's from.
He's from America. You heard it here first. Crash and I are from complete different parts of this wonderful, large maple syrup loving nation.
Have you ever had maple syrup on? Oh my god, okay, that's loud. Have you ever heard maple? Have you ever had maple syrup on the snow?
Oh, that's a very Quebec thing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
a pure sugar shack tradition there. Yeah, it is. It is delicious. I think I love maple syrup in every form.
Have you been to the
I'm
Sugar
on
Shack?
board. Pardon?
Have you been to Sugar Shack?
Oh, not for quite some time, but yes, I have. Just awesome experience through and through. I think
Mm.
everybody loved it, especially my dentist after how many cavities I had in
Oh,
my teenage years.
I was told
I'm
to only have two, but I had like six.
Oh, the joys of I really don't care whatever age you are. There's definitely joy in that. Race day really, really clean so far through sector one, minus the first turn. Had to make a slight adjustment there to correct a bit of oversteer. But he's looking good right now. One of the first guys setting a lap. And we've got virtually everybody else on track right now, with the exception of Knick-Knack, Ryan, Adultian, and Baba Yaga.
Yeah, so now it kind of gets a little serial here. Am I doing? Are we doing interviews today? I guess we can do interviews today.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this might be one of the last times we can interview Ryan in the F1 format. I mean, if he's casting next season, different story. Ooh,
Oh my god, my headset is all
definitely.
over the place, man. Okay, I
Ooh,
think we're
that's
good.
not fun.
All right, are you having any drinks tonight?
Oof. You know, I actually have the bar cart right next to me. I did not pour anything out. I might go with a, what is that? An Amaro Nonino, a little digestive tonight.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a little too super Italian. So have you ever digestives are almost like a bit like a Jägermeister, if you
Mm.
will. You know, something that it's kind of truly intentionally done to settle your stomach after a meal. But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is one that's beautifully blended and put on top of a grappa, which you can view as like an Italian style vodka or an Italian moonshine is what I call it. It's a
Oh,
beautiful mix together that I just enjoy on the rocks. Maybe we should watch some racing. I'm just talking about booze looking at my bar cart right now.
it's totally fine. We're following everyone over here. Il Bill has taken pole. Ryan Rods did go a second quicker last time around. Why,
But
yes.
that is a big shout out to Ill Bill representing Division 5. Race day, of course, 8/10ths faster there, but Ill Bill looking like he can stand as one of the best of the rest tonight in one of the quicker cars out there in the realistic format.
Did you did Baba Yaga? Did you eat that out? Because I can't see it in chat. It's a what in Coke? Yeah, I'm just having some leftover Bud Lights. Oh, Jim Beam
Oh,
and Coke.
Jim Beam and Coke. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say, why would Beam be censored?
Mm-hmm.
What terminology are the youth using today that I am not aware of?
Whatever it is, I want a part of it.
Absolutely. Also, I think we may have jinxed our Canadian. Alex was either setting his first lap or was about to start his first flying lap, and he spun out just before the pit entrance. Quickly hopped back in though, so lost a run but kept the tires. Ooh,
Mm.
Daltian, I thought he invalidated there, but apparently track limits did not matter at that point of the trap, as he goes sixth fastest. Oh, he put Mister before Beam, and that blocked it out. That's wild.
Yeah. Did it show blocked on yours as well?
Yeah, yeah, it absolutely does.
That's really odd. Okay, so DJ Knickknack seems to be the only person lining one. Oh, actually, Ryan Rods is coming around the corner. I think Knickknack.
Yep.
Um,
The two Williams of Ryan Rods and Scornsey. I'm not sure they get broadcast here very often, but just a little background on them. They are both quick as fuck. They
Mm.
look like they're both setting their flying laps right now. I'll stay on board with Nick Knack, or have you flown over to Ryan or Scornsey?
I'm on Ryan, and then you can go on Scornsy and let me know his sector times there.
Absolutely.
So Ryan with a 17.833 early, and then Scornsy is
17.843. Ooh,
oh
100th. That's fantastic.
very tight between them. Scornsy having to avoid Alex on his way through, as both of them coming down the long straight into turn 7. I think it is. No, 6. I think it is now. My track map is off. But anywho, both having two big, large DRS straights before they head into the next sector split, with Ryan Rods coming through with a 54.021, and Scornsy quickly follows that with a
54.035.
oh wow, so still very close between these guys. It's going to come down to sector 3. Very interesting. Ryan Rods does lead the way coming underneath the bridge / hotel. Scornsy quickly following. Last couple of turns finishing up here for Ryan Rods. And I imagine he'll swing over with pole. And yes, he does. Quickly following is Scornsy in the background there. And he will jump just behind his teammate, as those two were very tight the entire way through.
Yeah,
And
it looks like Sector 1 and Sector 2, there was only 100th between them. And in Sector 3, I think Ryan got the better exit on the penultimate corner, which gave him the lead over his teammate by 400ths of a second. Yeah, that's wild. I understand why I don't qualify for this race.
well, you just got to win your division, and you get a quicker car.
Yeah, the whole winning a division thing, that's crazy. I think I got 2 out of the last 3 podiums, and I was over the moon in Division 4.
Okay.
And now with I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to some of the drivers like Valentine and Monkey and those guys who have come back and who have slotted into Division 5 for the upcoming season. It
Mm.
might be some crazy pacey guys making their way through Division 5 and Division 4 early in the year.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So Alex is just off the time of the two Williams there, but still pretty good. Should be able to close up quite nicely. The two Williams are the only two drivers in the 125s so far. Nick Knack closest to them, with a 126.251. Race day not too far ahead than everyone else in the 127s until we get down to Slayerized, who's yet to really set a competitive time here. Alex with the big slip there, and still gets a
third
really
fastest.
good time. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, the rear end of that car is complaining a ton, but that was still one heck of a lap at a 126.1. Perhaps the track is acclimatizing. Perhaps there's more speed for everybody out here to give it another run, but we shall see.
Yeah, we're looking down at Houdini, Travis Scott, Slayer Eyes, and Bobby Yaga is going to set his first time. He might only have one real opportunity, I think, because he's got to set this time, go around, back into the pit, come out, and go out again. I don't think, yeah, he won't. Will he?
Oof, it is going to have to
No.
be super tight. I don't think he can.
No, I think this is his only shot here.
Yeah, this is definitely his only shot.
It's calling
So,
it purple sector 1, but I think that's game glitch, as per usual.
yeah, I think that's just the purple sector 1 for his own time.
Yeah.
But looking at the board, we've got some consistencies with the drivers in the 127s, the 126s, and now 3 cars. Slayer moving his up there with a 125.8. Can Baba Yaga stick that in the top 10 with a low 125? He ate a ton of the sausage curve on the inside of that. Didn't ruin the car or anything, so we're okay there. Ryan is very happy with his time, does not need to partake in the session any further. 54.8 through 2 sectors for Baba Yaga.
Travis Scott goes fourth.
Ooh, great lap time on a 126 flat right there.
And pretty much everyone in the 127s needs to come back out here and set a time. And I imagine we're going to see, yeah, Shelly's out. Gunner and Call Me maybe should come back out as well.
I would think so. Baba
And,
Yaga approaching the finish line now.
ooh, Ooh.
8th fastest. So a
Ooh.
126.9. He needed a 127 flat to be realistically alive there, but we will see how everybody else is doing.
Yeah, will that be
Houdini,
enough is the big question.
that is, I totally agree there. I mean, I think Bill on his first run was top three with that 127.0, but rest of the field comes out. Looks like there's definitely more time out there. Houdini,
Oh, speaking of sorry here, Peter, Ulek has popped in chat. Good to see you, dude.
wow. This is we've got some great Canadian content here, sir. You are a legend. I hope all is well. We miss you. We love you. I guess I love you. I can't speak for everybody.
And to continue off of that, uh, remake the Abu Dhabi track map if you could. That'd be really appreciated. But
The
yeah,
graphics maestro.
yes, yes.
So Houdini's boogieing down to the end of sector 2 here. Believe he's up 2/10 versus his previous lap. I don't think that is going to get him into the top 10 shootout, but there is still time to game in this final sector.
I think Baba Yaga has actually went back on another attempt
Ooh,
with
doubled
his
up. I'm
same
not sure he's going to
tires.
have enough ERS for that.
No, he wasn't able to get it, and that'll be it for him. He won't be able to get around again. Houdini, though, looking to try and improve, and he does go 8th. I think that'll be safe. That's pretty good.
Yep, that is a fantastic time. Now, he was only 2/10 up
Oh,
on his time.
Bill just absolutely loses it in the final turn, and that'll be it for his qualifying. He won't be able to improve at all. He would have been safe and then some. He was 4/10, nearly 5/10 up on his time.
Oh, that is heartbreaking.
Yeah, won't get it.
I'm guessing Houdini must have messed up his third sector on his first run because he gained 6/10 there on his second run. I'm on board now with Shelly in P11, but I'll let you talk on whoever you're watching right now.
Ulex has to go on his Etsy account and buy it there.
That's the advertising I love to see. Drop the link, you like. You're the only one we'll allow free advertising for in here. Shelly
Ooh,
P5
there
with a
we go.
126 flat. That's some great improvement there.
Yeah, he needed that too. He was in the danger zone. I think next over is Gunner.
And that you were correct on that call from Bill. That lap alone there by Shelly is going to knock Bill out of qualifying.
Yeah, Gunner's actually done too.
Ooh, Gunner. It looks like he hit the wall perhaps on that exit. That is the end of his run.
Daltonian was able to get on track and on his hot lap before the end, so we've got to keep an eye on him as it continues. Call Me Maybe is up on his time.
He was 2/10 up through 2 sectors.
Yeah, he really has to shave off at least another 2/10 to be safe, and then not even including what Daltonian does here. Oh, it's full qualifying. So we've already knocked off 4 drivers. Scorenzy improves on his lap, taking the fastest. Wow. And Call Me Maybe will get the job done, pushing Baba Yaga out. Now it's all set on Daltonian to see if he can push out Houdini.
Little bit of a snap there, exiting the bridge under the hotel. Really releases it well as he makes it into the double right-hander to finish. Crosses the line, bang, a P4,
Nice.
a 126 flat. And unfortunately, that is going to be a P11 start for Houdini as he is knocked out of qualifying alongside the Alfa Romeo of Baba Yaga, Bill's Ferrari, and Gunner's. What is that? AlphaTauri?
AlphaTauri, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at this here, we've got all 4 Division 1 drivers still safe. They've all made it through. Daltonian was Division 2. Slayerized was Division 3. Travis Scott was Division 2. Alex, lonely Canadian at this point, representing the flag quite nicely.
Damn right.
Division 4, doing a good job there. Knick-Knack, Div 3, Call Me Maybe, all the way back in Division 4 as well. So unfortunately, we've lost all the Division 5 guys, but we still have representations throughout the rest of the divisions there. So yes, that'll bring an end to Houdini, Baba Yaga, Ill Bill, and Gunner.
But a great run from them regardless. They will get the opportunity to take a rest in, enjoy this Q3, maybe utilize it for a good potty break, drink break, or like Spaceman, maybe indulging in some recreational substances on this break as we wait for the race.
Performance enhancers, as some might say.
Hey, we do not test for those in Midwest. And if we do, that is news to me, to say the very least.
Or if you're pork, to relace your boots and shoes.
That is a very good call there. You know what the worst part is that Pork set his setup and didn't even really get to do much more than that.
Cynical in chat. Where do we line up with the top viewed F1 Formula 1 2022 streamers right now? Let's see. Are we pretty high up there? There's only 581 viewers, so it's good that we have a Formula 1 league that relies on Formula 1 being big. No, we want...
Ooh, I'm going to ask for your quick take here, Crash. A Daltonian says that his in-car drink is milk.
Oh.
You would got to think that by the end of this qualifying session, that might be some warmer milk at this point, but not like that heated milk before you go to bed, like just room temperature.
Yeah, I love me some milk.
Yeah, but I'm like an ice cold milk kind of guy. I don't know about the room temperature after an hour.
No, yeah, hot milk, yeah. He's going to be falling asleep in the middle of the race if he's drinking hot milk.
Oh my god, it's definitely hot milk.
No, you're... Adaltonian, what percentage of milk are you drinking? That's the real question.
Remember, up here in Canada, we have homo milk.
Yes, we do. I'm a skim type of guy. I like my skim milk. Buttermilk. Nice. Oh, God.
Oh, dear Lord.
You poor bastard. Actually, you sick bastard.
Dear God. I am personally a 2% guy.
Yeah.
Cynical shouting out a non-approved energy drink here.
Yeah, what the hell?
Cynical enjoys his raise. I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Race day, first driver to set a flying lap.
Zero sugar, zero crash? Like, what are you doing, Cynical? With 15% off.
Mother Ellie sticking to the beer instead, the hoppy kind of milk in this case. Quick shout out to race day. No matter what, race day seems to always be the first car on the track to set a qualifying lap. He is just slamming that square button to get out there.
Why do you think I like Rays so much? Probably because you could have a blog on all your Rays tastings.
Race day so smooth through that chicane. That was a joy to watch. I believe Shelley, the other Aston, is the only other active car who is on track right now. Not on the outlap still, I should clarify.
Alrighty. So we'll see. Race day's really got to put in a really good time here to contest with the two Williams. I mean, both of them going in the 125s. Like, that's pretty quick. Especially with the worst car. And there you go. He goes 125
too.
And a quarter.
That's a very competitive time right there. Like to see that.
His teammate, the Turtle, trying to prove that turtles do have speed. And not as much.
125.9, room for improvement, but quite a nice time.
What do we got here? I think Slayer Eyes is next over. Daltonian starting one. Quite a few guys starting one. Getting out real early is a lot of these drivers not taking the chance, which is what you need to do in qualification 3. Really want to get a good grid start for sure on that run down to turn 1. I think Slayer Eyes actually bailed on his lap. He seems to have a whack ton of ERS.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, just watching the throttle control through Sector 3
Mm-hmm.
there, I know sometimes the throttle control lags when it comes to spectating, but it seemed very odd, so he must have lost it earlier in that lap. I think Call Me Maybe is the next over the line.
Yeah, I'm on board with him as he's just finishing up the final turn down the little hill and into third place. We'll need to shave off quite a bit there. Alex just following as he pushes him back a position. And we've got Daltonian. What was I saying? Whatever. Anywho, yeah, Daltonian working underneath the arch there. And he's got a couple more turns to finish that up. And then I think it is Ryan Rods to follow. As we're going to get some times quickly coming over here. Just not catching that final turn quite right. Ryan Rods catches the whole entire lap nearly perfectly there, yeah. And DJ Knickknack fourth.
A great lap by Knickknack. Give him the shout out there for the 126.2, but holy cow, that was Ryan utilizing every ounce of the track there, keeping it within limits, carrying unbelievable speed through those last two turns.
Yeah, I mean, going to the 124 is just disgusting. He's a second over fifth place on a far worse car. I mean, with all due respect to Slayer Eyes, like, and all these other drivers there, that's just like tip your cap to the guy up on top. As it stands right now,
1.5 tenths ahead of his teammate, who is himself 2 tenths ahead of race day. So it looks like Travis Scott splits the Aston Martins, however, with his Alpine. Because I was going to say, prior to that, you have the two Williams 1 and 2, and then the two Aston Martins were, well, now 3 and 5, previously were 3 and 4. As I guess it's 3 through 6. We got both row 2 and row 3 split between the Alpines and the Aston Martins.
do you know that the mouth is the quickest healing part on your body?
That caught me so off guard. I had to take a step back for a second there. Is it really?
It is.
So, like, what about the mouth? Like, your gums inside your mouth, or are we talking like your lips? Like, what are we talking about here?
Well, just your mouth. You know, if you like bite your tongue or whatever, it only lasts for like a couple of days, like no scar or anything.
Huh.
Where like
Wonder why that is.
If you nick yourself, I imagine it's some sort of survival type evolution that humans came through all those years ago. They just decided, hey, we can't eat. We need to heal quicker. And then, they just kind of did it.
Absolutely. We'll take your word for that. Today I learned, as now we enter that beautiful period where everybody is just sitting in the garage. I think we finally had one car make his way on track, and it would not surprise me if that was race day, which it is.
Baba Yaga saying his lower back is the weakest muscles in his body.
Then do more squats, sir.
Is it just me, or does every 20 to 35-year-old right now have back pain?
Oh, yeah. It's the generation that's really grown up utilizing computers, I find. That includes myself. A lot of shit posture coming to wreak havoc right now.
That's true.
As I straighten up on my couch, realizing.
I just did too. Right in the middle that you were doing that. Right in the middle when you were saying that, I was just straightening up as well.
Wait, Adultian is doing this race sitting on a heating pad.
Wow,
wait, time out. Just want to go back. He's doing this race on a heating pad while drinking hot milk. I don't know about you, Crash. I get so sweaty whenever I'm doing these things. I would be disgusting. I would smell like I just played a hockey game.
Yeah, that is gross. I mean, I kind of like, I could tell like when I've been sitting and just gaming for a long time with how bad I smell, or with how like icky I feel,
Yeah, that's a very, very safe way to put it.
I was planning on a beer per qualifying, but I didn't meet that.
Oh, that would have been aggressive, especially Q3. The time's just dropping there.
Oh, these are Bud Lights. These are like water anyway.
That is very fair. You heard that from the Canadians. That's what we think of your beer.
Mm-hmm.
Crash, what is the beer of choice? Is there something local? You're going to drop like a double hazy IPA on me here, or is there something that we can all recognize?
Yeah, see, no, I'm not a sipper. So like those like bitter like beers, they do not do good for me because it's just like I get like a complete mouthwash of just of the bitterness, and
Very fair.
I can't enjoy the flavor with how I drink
So I've
things.
got race day after 2 sectors is only 6/100ths off his lap. Looking to improve, but I don't know if he is going to be able to split the Williams.
Yeah, if anything, maybe getting a couple extra tenths will better himself and starting on the second row at least. But
Ooh,
he goes and
invalidated.
validates.
That is over. Looked like a little difficult there as he was going under the hotel when it came to the Alpines. Maybe a bit of traffic on track there may have made it a little bit difficult. And now Slayer is going to use him to drag him down the stretch, trying to improve on his time a little bit. Hope he doesn't get too distracted in the dirty air.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
jeez. Ryan
Good
Rods
Lord.
improves on his fastest lap.
That was so unexpected.
Dude, race day like committed order 66 on himself.
That was a pure kamikaze run. I really enjoyed that. I guess he knew he couldn't get back and set another time anyways, but
Oh my god. That was okay.
I have
So,
to flirt into off topic to see what his commentary was on that. Ooh, Slayer 3/10ths faster here.
oh.
That could be putting him onto row two if he can finish this off, of course, pending his teammate and Shelley's improvements on their lap.
Uh Scornsy actually got a nice little tow from his teammate Ryan Rods, who they're competing with for pole. Very interesting. I mean, the only real man that could compete for that P2 spot is since been sent into the Shadow Realm. We have Slayerized over the line here. Will be able to improve on his time, but on a position. And some more
Lost a
times
lot of
coming
time in
over.
that final sector there.
Yeah, Alex could not improve as well. Shelley does get the position there. A. Daltonian will finish up and currently sitting 8th.
Yep,
We have
Travis is about 4/10ths on up on his sector one time.
mm,
Let's see his sector two time. Oh, he is nearly 2/10ths slower. So
mm,
race day, albeit had that lap invalidated, it may not affect him too much when it comes to his actual grid position.
Call Me Maybe is up on his time and he needs to take a lot more off. Scornsy was able to capture pole there. We do have Call Me Maybe going up into 7th, really improving in Sector 3, and DJ Knickknack as well with a big improvement. And yeah, Travis Scott is spinning around the final corner there. And that'll be it for quali.
Fantastic session. The two pinnacles, long time towers of D1 and Scornsy and Ryan Rods are going to be sharing row one, I guess, for one last time, if you will, one last shebang.
Oh my god. Why'd you have to say towers? But anywho, to finish off qualifying as a whole, Scornsy, Ryan Rods, race day, Shelley, all Division 1 drivers, Travis Scott, DJ Knickknack, Travi representing Div 2, DJ Knickknack representation of Division 3. Alex doing a solid job from Division 4, Call Me Maybe in the Alpha as well from Division 4. Slayer Rides in the Alpine will sit, I think he's getting promoted up to Division 2, but is representing Division 3 here, and A Daltonian. He used to be A Daltonian, I swear to God. Starting
Oh,
10th
that
in
makes so
10th.
much sense.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I probably should know that a little bit better as a fellow Monkey Mafia Racing representative here. But we got a full MMR row 5, lots of excitement, and to those drivers who were knocked out earlier in qualifying, shake off the cobwebs, get ready for that hard charger award competition. A lot to race for tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but kind of going back to your comment there about the two long-standing um, battle between Scornsy and Ryan Rods there, they have tallied up the past 6 Division 1 Drivers' Championships. 6. Scornsy going
Wow.
2, Ryan Rods going 2, Scornsy going 1, and Ryan going 1 himself. Just it sucks that Ryan is retiring this season. Oh, we got the T poses from the mechanics.
Oh,
Love to see
all
it.
in unison, standing. They are, they're just taking in this national anthem here to say the very
Yeah.
least. That is side note. I thought Matt Rosie won a D1 title, but clearly I was wrong. It was
No.
only Kenny and Jacko were the other winners.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Jacko officially back in MWF1. I think he's slotting into D2 this year.
Yeah. Kenny won it in the Williams in season 2 or season 1. And that was when Cam and C. Barry won it in the constructors in Renault. And then Jacko was in Ferrari and won the constructors with Jay Chase. And then came Scornsy.
That memory is ridiculous. I mean, you're a human stat sheet unless you've got some master file next to you there.
Well, I mean, I've been like extensively watching this every week for 3 years now. Division 1 I'm really good in. Because then it went Scornsy, and then he teamed with Kenny, but then Kenny barely showed up. But then Scornsy still won it for constructors in the AlphaTauri. It was the AlphaTauri or Williams that I believe he was in. And then he won it again with his brother in the Alfa Romeo. And then Ryan Rods came and won it, but then Scornsy won the constructor with his brother again. And then Ryan Rods won it, and then Scornsy won it with his brother again, because I think they went back to back. And then when Scornsy won it, he was teammates with... who was he teammates with? Why am I struggling on the most recent one? That one happened in season 7.
Scornsy was with Edgar.
Edgar. Was it Edgar?
Yeah, he was with Edgar because the most recent season was Ryan and Edwin, and they kept the teams, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was Edgar. And then, but that was before they switched to McLaren. So
season 7 they were Alpine.
Yeah, Alpine. Yes. See, I struggle with the most recent ones. I don't know why.
I still can't believe how well you did with that. That was incredible. But we are lining back up to the grid. I think row 1 is already set, whereas Pork is just coming under the bridge right now. So they will be sitting on the grid, contemplating their lives as existential beings as they go on to do battle, potentially one last time, competitively, here in Midwest F1. Ryan Rods, of course, will be staying with us doing endurance and iRacing, but he's temporarily putting F1 on the shelf as we have row 10 of Tono and Pork lining back up. Crash, you're going to have the honors of taking us away.
I'm looking at eight Altonians. He's barely in the lines. If he was Esteban Ocon, he'd be getting a penalty right now. But anywho, we are underway. The battle between Scornsy and Ryan Rods is underway, with Scornsy getting a very good jump. Shelley trying to get his teammate down the inside line, both on the medium tire compounds. We'll switch over and see what everyone is on. Quite a few drivers on the medium, some on the hards. Alex is trying to get Nick Knack as he starts on the hards. It's going to take a little bit of time to get those tires warmed up. A Daltonian as well, closely following, and a big Max Verstappen lunge there. Down the inside line goes Alex, and he's going to try and drag out DJ Nick Knack. And he's doing a pretty good job there. That's very close between those guys. We're on board with Daltonian here, and it looks like Alex will get the job done. Bobby Yaga and Call Me Maybe swapping positions down the straight there as well. Get that tire out of the way, and there we go. We continue on with Ill Bill, losing a couple of positions there off the initial race start with a little bit of contact there with Spaceman, and both these guys are swinging around the outside. Spaceman being the only guy to select the softs. Yes.
Very
Tono.
crazy there. Huge, absolute huge shout out to Tono. He was up 4 positions nearly immediately off the start as he is wheel to wheel with Gunner. Oof. And he's going to overtake Gunner there. Unbelievable first lap for Tono on those medium tires.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get it going here. He's got a really good car to work with, and he's got quite a ways to go. Division 1 guys are quickly separating themselves from the rest of the pack. Travis Scott can't quite keep up with them up ahead. And we have 2 little packs, or a pack set behind them of 4. Yellow flag in the final turn there. Pork Chops and VTech.
That might be...
Oh, Travis Scott spins. Oh, and he's in a very tough spot. He's trying to get himself turned around, and it is a virtual safety car, I believe, just right now. I don't see the safety car ready to coming out of the pit there.
I do not either, so I would assume it's a VSC. I'm not going to give you the Martin Brundle or Ted Kravitz about the race being neutralized. We all kind of know, but a little slowdown probably gives Travis Scott and Pork a little bit of a chance to put everything back together. Big early winners, Daltonian and Houdini up 3 positions. Same with Tono, up 6 positions off the race start.
Well, the good thing with Pork Chops is that he hasn't lost any positions.
Ever the positive man there, Crash. I love it. Now, normally when you get the VSC come out at certain points of the race, if you catch it well enough, it could turn into a very beneficial pit stop, but very kooky pit lane here to say the very least. And on top of that, we were 1 lap in, so could have really benefited Spaceman if it came a few laps later on the soft tires.
I don't know why I'm typing. I'm just going to say it. Yeah, once you left, man, 20 people just dropped. You were holding together Division 6 and 7.
Ah, the good old days. These youths won't know what those days were like in D7. Race day, huge launch on Ryan Rods on the restart here.
He's going to put some major pressure here. And race day, it won't be able to get the job done. Oh, speaking of the 2-time Constructor Championship winner himself, Suey is in chat. And a bold prediction there by Wes Jameson with Bobby Yaga taking the win. That is very bold.
Oop, I think that's Pork stalled out there. Looks like he is having a rough time. I think he may have legitimately picked up rear wing damage there when he was spinning his car around on the start-finish straight. Also, oh boy, huge snap there by Race Day. Shelley might be on his tail into the next few DRS zones.
Yeah, we got a nice little trio battle here between Spaceman, Bobby Yaga, and Tono. And Tono's looking to trying to get Bobby Yaga, but he's going to be able to close the door.
A78 spins around as well. Does not appear to have taken any damage. Maybe just a little bit of a bruise on the ego. Hard tires, though, he will be expected to go quite some time.
This is the Interdivision Challenge, you like, and you've missed a lot of things. Jacko was my co-commentator for 2 seasons.
we play GT7 now. We don't even do F1. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
this is
Ah,
nothing.
it's okay, sir.
We've
Great to have you on board here.
this is a once in between our seasons of Tiddlywinks online.
We'll give a quick shout out to Alex27 though. You see the top four kind of gapping away, and then 6 through 10 is really in its own field. But Alex is just holding on enough to the back of that top four there, keeping it about at 1.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, Jacko. Oh, I just saw you're in chat as well. What in the world? Oh, you've been in chat for a little bit here.
He has not raced Midwest Thursdays in a while, but he is back and he is ready for Division 2, which I may argue Division 2 is a ton of fun to watch on the stream. Spaceman just gets overtaken by Tono there. Tono up to P11 now. Again, amazing start for Tono. But D2 is an absolute bloodbath of talent as well. That's going to be a ton of fun to watch this year.
I don't know. I think Jacko's washed up. I
Oh,
think his
Jesus.
best days of racing are in the past.
Oh, Lordy. And Ulek, to answer your question there about what happened, frankly, this game, Pork has spun around again. This has been a race to forget for him, but he is our fearless leader. We love him regardless. Quickly, Ulek, back to your call right there. It seems like a mix of a lot of drivers being frustrated with this game, with some of the drivability changes, upgrades, lack of quality of life improvements to the game, and major drivability change with that update that came out in November. On top of that, a lot of drivers who got very serious with sim racing kind of progressed to other games like an iRacing, if you will, and
Mario Kart
just
racing.
yeah, Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing, original PS1 version,
Mm-hmm.
naturally. Looks like Slayer has spun out or had a moment in the chicane there. He's dropping to P15, now 16 for the time being. So that dropped off some interest, and a lot of leagues, even the professional circuits, are seeing a lot of drivers kind of just
Ooh,
throwing in the
Tono
towel.
spun.
Oh, Tono. Oh, no. What a great race there. Unfortunately, seems to have been left behind after that second DRS zone. But yes, we've had some natural drop off there, but still 5 divisions strong of racing. A lot of leagues cannot promote that. A lot easier for some of the folks like Grumpy and Pork to manage, just to say the very least,
Mm-hmm.
because 7 divisions was hectic to have that all not just necessarily commentated on, but having that all stewarded, hosts, etc. Still going strong, still tons of involvements, and the door is always open for drivers to come back if they are. Totally agree with Jacko. F120 greater than 21. Might want to put like 3 greater than symbols before you go to 22.
Yeah, it's tough that our league relies on a game that doesn't have the same care as it seems like it may have used to. But Gunner getting the overtake on Spaceman as maybe the softs are coming. Oh my God, Spaceman taking the jump on the curb to get through that turn. And
I didn't even check. Is this realistic damage? Because if so, the floor of that car is just
yeah, yeah. I mean, the COVID was a big jump for F1 for a little bit there, for the game at
shattered.
least. Yeah, it's just slowly died down. Yeah, Spaceman had his whole car off the track at one moment there. That was awesome. Ryan Rods was getting really close there to Scornsey, but he's since fallen back. Shelley must have had a little bit of troubles there because now he's battling with Alex, and Spaceman losing another position to Ill Bill this time. Ill Bill representing Division 5 very well so far, with Spaceman actually coming into the pit, which is the result of that position change. And we'll see if
Yes,
Alex...
indeed. Those softs really only lasted 7 laps, so not great there. Alex looks like he's going to have a great run down to the chicane here. We might see an overtake and a change in the top four.
looking to be done, and yeah, will cleanly get it and has the option to be able to get back into the proper racing line. And it will be Shelley's turn to try and get that position back, but Shelley is
Now,
very...
huge ERS difference here. Less than 20% for Alex. Shelley was up at 80.
Yeah, and you can see the blinking light there of Alex and the big swooping left-hander. Shelley was not able to get him back in the second DRS zone, and he will deploy a little bit of ERS, but not fully commit here into this hard right-hander. And a yellow flag up ahead that looks like it's Pork Chop still on the struggle bus. Hey, Ulek with the gifted sub to Got Palmer. Nice. Are you trying to advertise 5 lappers in chat right now, Cynical? How dare you?
That is the spirit. I absolutely love it. Whenever we do these mid-season breaks, we don't only get the highlight of this race. You get a bunch of drivers who don't often tune into the streams because they're actually racing, tuning in. But on top of that, I feel the wear and tear of a weekly season, even though it's only a once a week commitment. You definitely start to feel it towards the end. But then when you go 2 weeks without racing, it's kind of like, man, crap, I wish I was back out there right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I did last Thursday. I thought last Thursday was the Interdivision challenge because I had a gnarly headache and I was not going to be able to do it. But luckily, it was actually this Thursday, so I'm all good. And
They're
seems
thinking
like
of that for you. Ooh, call me maybe.
yeah,
Ouch. Oh, and a spin around. He was so close to overtaking Nick Knack for 8. It's stuck in a horrible spot at the chicane here. Almost P8 to, oh geez, he's dropping to like P15 at the end of the day after that. That is just unfortunate.
yeah,
Although tip of the cap for the great sportsmanship there and not just throwing his car back on the racing line.
yeah, responsible stuff there. And Tono trying to get one of those positions back that he lost with the spin earlier. Trying to pretty much...
Great battle with VTech.
Oh, goodness. And yeah, he's going to... VTech does a really good job of putting it right in the middle of the track there. Does not offer up Tono any sort of room to... Well, I mean, there was technically the room, but the ability to get the job done was just not there. And really good defense there from VTech, but that defense is going to have to continue on for a little bit here. But Ryan Rods is out.
Out. What happened there?
He's into the wall. And that's a safety car.
That has to be a full-blown safety car. Call me maybe first flying into the pits. Looks like he's going to get the best advantage out of that.
What?
Oh my goodness. If that is the way Ryan goes out of Midwest F1's competitive Thursday night league, that is crazy.
Wow.
He has left the session. Could that be the last time his PS5, or PS4 in this case, selects F122 in-game? Holy cow, if he is willing to stick around for an interview, we will absolutely pull him in for that just to give him our best wishes. But we're going to have a crazy pit situation here, as it might be a little early for the medium runners to throw in. I will be honest, though, this might work out brilliantly for guys like Nick Knack, Bobby Yaga, VTech, and A78 Corvette, who all started on the hards. This may be able to stretch their sessions.
Wow. Don't you dare, Jacko, say anything bad about Goat TV. The entirety of F1 world was dismantled with the news that he wouldn't be returning back for Williams. This helps out. Is Pork? Unfortunately, Pork is lapped.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah. I think he mistimed it. He definitely should have stayed out to try and... Alright, I wonder if it's unlapped. Yeah, no, he could have unlapped himself. He should have stayed out there.
Yeah, it is the absolute worst thing there when it comes to this game's inability to allow drivers to unlap themselves under safety car. I don't know how that's very high on my list of EA/Codemaster requests.
Oh my god. Subs are getting so expensive nowadays.
Are we talking the sandwiches or to the channel?
Well, both really.
Very fair.
Who just got gifted? Mother Ellie! Oh, no! Why did it gift to Mother Ellie? No.
That's hilarious.
I guess you're
Um,
welcome.
so I'm trying to keep up topic. I'm inside the Discord here. Um, Holy cow! Is there any way that I can pull up what the driver started on? I think Scornsy started on the medium tires. Do you know if that's true? Because
Yeah,
he
he
may have
started
had a
on medium.
well, he is now out on track on a fresh set of mediums. So he did not get the right tires on. Scornsy will have to pit one more time.
Yeah, he's going medium, medium, soft, I guess.
Yeah, and well, just looking at the off topic, he says, "How the F do I confirm hards?" And they put on M. What? So Scornsy just got screwed on pit strategy. Looks like Williams hired some of the Ferrari crew. And this may have opened things up for race day.
Yeah, totally. It's definitely left things wide open. What about Alex there? Did he? Alex went medium, medium as well. So did Tono. Spaceman has used all three compounds so far.
Spaceman just getting the world experience tonight on the tires. 3 compounds, 11 laps in, and we are loving it. Looks like Mother Ellie saying that it was a glitch even though he confirmed hards. And that is brutal. Who knows? We could get another safety car here tonight. Can the race be manipulated? Who will be the one to do it? Lots of excitement, as always. Oh, looks like Alex, same thing may have happened to him. Asked for hards, the game put me on mediums. Hey, welcome to the Codemasters Scramble. So I haven't seen the indication pop up that the safety car is in this lap, albeit my head has been all over the place trying to keep up with the Discord and the Twitch chat. DJ Knickknack, 10 lap old hards with Scornsy Race Day, then VTech also on 10 lap old hards, followed by Alex on the accidental double medium stint, Shelly, Bill, Houdini, and Adel Tonian, plus Gunner, rounding out the top 10. How much of a battle do you think Knickknack is going to put on until VTech is behind him? Like, he's got 2 very quick cars on fresh tires behind him at this point.
I don't know. I mean, Scornsy's probably hoping that, or Scornsy needs to be able to dispatch him, like, as soon as possible, and then hope that he can hold up race day for as long as possible. So we'll see here. It's gonna be interesting. Knickknack is gonna, yeah, definitely have to fight. Or I mean, is Knickknack even gonna fight too hard? I
Yeah,
don't.
that becomes, we have the benefits of having all the stats in front of us, however we may be viewing the race tonight. VTech is the true battle for him, as he's in a McLaren, VTech is in the Haas, and they're both on the similar tire compounds. But will he know that as 2 cars are trying to fly past him? Looks like everybody else came into box but first and fourth. Also, big shout out to Will, active in the Discord. Did not want to be active on commentary tonight. We love our drivers from across the pond, but at least we have a proper indication from the safety car that it is coming in this lap, well in advance of the end of Sector 3.
Yeah, so there's a poll up on stream there if everyone wants to take part in it. There's more than enough people to help make a decision. What do you think on the poll question there?
Gonna be real. I don't have it actually popped up on my stream on my stream yet.
Mm. Well, whenever you do, the results right now are even so far, but we'll see.
Oh,
We're back at it
that is
here though. Scornsey's gonna try and get Nick Knack as soon as he can, and it's looking like he'll be able to get it pretty quick. Shelly Turtle was caught out from the initial restart there. A Daltonian is quite close to Houdini, and he will get the overtake. And it looks like Scornsey should be able to get Nick Knack potentially into this turn. How deep is he going to try and break? No, he doesn't go for it. Instead, opts for a better line and will switch back him as the timing sheet is all over the place. And we have a nice little drag between these two guys. Scornsey is going to...
Sorry, Nick Knack stays ahead.
Yeah, Scornsey did lay off of the ERS there. Not sure if it would have been beneficial for him to try and overtake as soon as possible. And yeah, Nick Knack has used up quite a bit more, and it looks like this is where Scornsey is going to try and get him. But now he's got to be careful of Race Day as well, trying to get Nick Knack. It seems like Nick Knack won't be able to hold off Race Day, as Race Day will able to slide through there as well.
Full credit to Nick Knack, though. He's 1.5 seconds ahead of the driver on a similar strategy and found the best part of the track to let those two by while still maintaining competitiveness.
Oh, and Race Day gets a big sling there and is able to save the car, but that allows Scornsey up the road a little bit, and Scornsey might be able to break away from DRS by the end of next lap. And we're having some issues there. I think Pork Chops is just letting drivers through, and no, Pork Chops is actually spun out. Travis Scott as well.
Yep, I believe that both of those cars may have been damaged from earlier incidents in the race, which is causing their difficulties later on. Full credit to them for toughing it out, though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's no points available this race, so these guys are just doing it for pure love of the game. Wait, did the poll go down? How long was the... Oh, I barely even... Oh, I'll put the poll back up there for longer. Oh yeah, it was only a minute? No.
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually did not even see it, so it was probably already down by the time I looked again. Travis Scott retires in the pits. It was a valiant effort out there.
Okay, there you go. All right, now the poll's up for 10 minutes now.
Great battle here going on 5th, 6th, and 7th between Alex, Shelley, and Bill. All very tight.
Yeah, these guys are very close, and Race Day has lost that gap. And a
Oh,
full
boy.
safety car again as Pork Chops is out.
And somebody jumped very quick into the pits there. That was Tono looking to get on the hard tires. That looked like it was just the worst time. Gornsey doesn't get the opportunity to pull enough of a gap there to come in for a strategic pit stop. Houdini, Tono, Gunner, and Slayer.
He has a drive-through penalty now as well.
Oh my goodness. Was that speeding under safety car?
Yes, it was.
Oh dear. Oh, we are getting the full Codemasters experience tonight.
Yeah, I mean, while everyone has their break there, be sure to re-vote on the poll. You have a lot longer left this time. You know what? Let's run an ad break. Screw it. I forgot that I can do that. We can get some more money back into the league.
That's actually fantastic. Oh, I'm not sure what the ad break is for you, but for me it's Red Bull, which is horrible.
Oh, should be raised. Only subscribers are able to watch us right now. Everyone else is in the middle of an ad.
Sucks to be them.
Yeah.
Now I am curious as the drivers are coming around back to the pit lane. Do Knick-Knack comes in, and it looks like VTech comes in, so they will be able. Oh, VTech actually gets a time penalty entering the pit lane. That is painful.
Um, so Scornsy's into the pit.
Yeah, he cannot serve that under the safety car, I believe. So he will still have to serve his penalty.
Well, I mean, it gives Scornsy a lot of work to do.
Well, I mean, it's double punishment there for Scornsy, unfortunately, because he had to make that pit stop to effectively complete his tire strategy of running two separate compounds during the race. Now having to serve a drive-through, I mean, I'm not sure if there's another safety car, of course, he can definitely throw it back into the top 10, but it's effectively his night over, so you're looking at the favorites. You got the two Aston Martins left with the two Williams essentially being dispatched. Who will be third on the podium? That's going to be the fun question at this point.
Okay, as well put up some predictions there too. I keep forgetting that we can do all this. Will there be another safety car?
Now, the next safety car, if it occurs, doing the point counterpoint here, has to be completely due to. Oh my goodness, that is a late safety car is in this lap warning. Holy cow.
Oh, wow.
Now, Race Day's got some experience restarting the field, but my goodness gracious, is that a tight timing to do that? Hope he doesn't get throttle stalled there.
Oh, so right now, 80%.
Adaltonian, great launch on Bill as we restart.
Early on, people think there will be another safety car. We'll see how that goes. Come on, really put those mini bucks down here, guys. You really got to gamble.
And Bill, oh no.
Oh, no. Oh, that's really rough. He was in such a good position.
He was, but he definitely looked a little snappy on the restart there, and the punishment of spinning out when the whole field is bunched together means that you're out to the back of the grid. Scornsy overtakes Corvette, of course, still has to serve that drive-through, unfortunately. Call me maybe keeping it tight to Adaltonian, however, with that Alfa Romeo.
Oh, AliX, VTech, and DJ are really close, and VTech getting very tight onto DJ there.
AliX a little bit of a snap exiting the turn there, might move him back a bit, but they are definitely tight in the middle of the pack there.
Come on, everyone. For those who haven't voted on any of these, please do. The vote for
Knick-Knack. What a bold place to try and make that overtake happen. Smelling the exhaust of that Ferrari right now. Ooh. Not leaving a lot of track for VTech there, but Knick-Knack technically gets it done as VTech is fighting back as well with the two Mercs right behind them. What? 5 cars fighting for these positions right now.
Scornsy does serve his drive-through there, and he's going to be back at it. This man really needs another safety car and then some to get back into this one. A very ill-timed situation for him there.
I think we got two wide situations heading down to the chicane right now.
Ooh, 78 Corvette does come back and just up ahead. VTech and
Oh,
Alex.
there's a collision.
VTech
There goes
unfortunately
VTech.
spins.
What is that? Ambition over adhesion right there by the looks of it, unfortunately. And I mean this in the craziest way possible. I might be having a bit of a fever dream here, but the way that the pit strategy is rolled out, I did not realize that Spaceman is in P5.
Yeah, Spaceman's got a chance here as well.
He was very tight to Call Me Maybe, falling back a bit. Does have the penalty, but can he stretch those hards to the finish? That's a multi-pit stop strategy. Ended up bringing him right alive into this race.
Yeah, and DRS is back enabled too. You got to imagine he's going to have the straight line speed in this Red Bull.
Exactly. Got some gaps at the top of the field here. Race days pulled nearly 3 seconds on Shelley. A Daltonian almost 3 seconds behind Shelley himself. And this battle here for P4 is really the next exciting bit on screen after we had that chaos with the 5 drivers in a 1-2-2 formation at the end of the chicane last time around.
Yeah, it's opened up a little bit here. Might have Tono on Alex, but I think he's as well a little bit too far gone. And here we go. Tono looks like he's going to get his teammate as well. Call Me Maybe on A Daltonian. As those two are very tight, not quite. Alex on Tono back onto that battle. And Tono just not able to get his teammate there. He's so very tight onto the back. Looked at the inside line for a second there. Was not able to get it done.
You are right, though. Call Me Maybe and A Daltonian. Great battle here. Spaceman's just trying to keep it in DRS range. Call Me Baby, very little ERS left, less than 20%. Daltonian around 50%. Spaceman at 70 and starting to utilize it. So those 3 drivers, very different ERS levels right now. A lot of excitement left there.
Gunner and Slayerizer lining up Corvette here. Scorenzy takes fastest lap as he works on his venture back. Yeah, but once again, Tono very close onto the back. But yeah, just up ahead there, DJ Knickknack and Bobby Yaga at Spaceman also very tight.
Did Shelley just hop into this chat as P2?
I think so. I don't know how. He's muted, but yeah, he just joined in while he's racing.
I got fast hands on.
And live from the field, we have Shelley the Turtle in P2, mid-race interview. Shelley, how's the gapping feeling out there? Feeling comfortable to bring this P2 home?
Hopefully I'm getting gapped from P1, but I'm capped at P3, so a bunch of gaps all around. I got some gaps of my own, and we're going to see what we can do.
That is absolutely fantastic. Spaceman hopping up into P4, absolutely fantastic. But Call Me Maybe, Bobby Yaga, and DJ Knickknack forming quite the train behind him. Shelley, the battle for P4 is incredible right now. If only you could watch.
Yeah, I can't see it. I'm too far ahead. Actually, I can't. On the straights.
What a good problem to have. Knickknack almost flirts on the inside of Baba Yaga there. Now, let me just quickly pull up the penalties. It is a 3-second penalty for Spaceman, so it would be difficult. But Knickknack picks up his own, so the Alphas stand to gain the most at the end of this 4-car battle here. 4 cars less than half a second apart.
Okay, so another pulls up for everyone there, and Call Me Maybe's right beside Spaceman, and he will have the inside line. Spaceman's going to break very deep to try and get that P4, and does leave the space there. Bobby Yaga sitting in a good spot to try and get both of these guys, and he gets a really good launch. And he hits the back of his teammate, and he just destroys Call Me Maybe.
God. Well,
and then he spins himself.
Holy shit.
Stop you, Scorns.
That is the safety car. It has to be there.
Oh my god.
Safety car back on track. Shelley, you've got your chance, sir. You better be staying alive for this restart.
And there was another
And
safety car
Race
there.
Day hops in. Race Day hops into the pits. Shelley follows. Adoltonian will follow as well. What does Spaceman do from P4? Spaceman also elects to pit. And DJ Knickknack stays out. Now, just a reminder, DJ Knickknack is on 6-lap-old mediums. Those tires aren't too old. The negative, however, DJ Knickknack, 8 seconds in penalties. So, definitely will not be the one bringing it home P1.
Well, it's a good time for another ad break, don't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Please enjoy this wonderful gift from our sponsors.
Well, I mean, only... So who can actually see us right now? So the 12 subscribers. We have 12 subscribers.
Cow. I'm going to give a shout out there because Jacko just noticed something before we hopped into this sweet little Mountain Dew ad. I believe it's telling me that this is. Scornsy stayed out on the hards.
I mean,
Scornsy is back up to P5.
yeah, you might be able to podium after all.
Holy cow. If that man podiums with an accidental additional pit strategy on the hard tire, that is crazy. Now, the top 5 right now, 4 of the drivers did not pit. Race Day in P2 is the only driver that pit. I'm going to say effectively P1 as Knickknack has 8 seconds worth of penalties. Shelley comes out in P6 on fresh tires, and
I won't hit you, I promise.
Knickknack has left the session is the indication that just popped up on my screen. So it seems like Knickknack just got disconnected, which is actually...
Yeah, I saw the comm box mid-race, so...
Oh my God. So just a quick update for everyone away there, as we are now back from the ad break, or we were just back from the ad break. Call me maybe. Welcome to the chat. You're asking how bad did it look on stream? It looked awful. Sorry about that. Great race running through in the interim, however. We've got some craziness happening here right now. Oh, Knickknack's AI is deciding to pit. Brutal for him, but probably better for the overall race, as his AI driving against everybody else could have been an absolute nightmare. So we've got, upon the restart, we've got Race Day on fresh tires, Slayer 8-lap-old medium, same with Gunner, Scornsy, unbelievable job staying out after being forced with a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. He's got 7-lap-old hard tires on. Then we've got live from Twitch commentary, Shelly the Turtle, pit while P2. Now fresh tires sitting in P5. Adoltonium right behind him, fresh tires in P6. Spaceman, oh spaceman. Was it Come Rescue Me? Does anyone remember that old Euro 90s song? Might have to drop that in the chat after. He is sitting in 7th on the softs. Just looking right now, Knickknack is saying, I cannot take control right now, which sounds like an absolutely brutal proposition. Seems like he's tried to hop back into the chat.
For sure.
Also, going to be honest, Knickknack, even if he did want to rejoin the race, the AI put him on 15-lap-old hard tires.
That's brutal, man.
Yeah, that is a punishment upon punishment. Indication is in, thank God, a lot earlier this time. The safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Crash, how are you feeling about the potential last safety car restart of the Interdivision drive?
Well, I'm looking here at the way that the prediction is going, and it was will Scornsy podium, and it is a resounding yes so far. So the chat is in belief of Scornsy on those old hards to get the job done. But I mean,
I got Scorns in my ear. I'm trying not to ignore him.
Shelly is just behind him with some fresh mediums. So we'll see. But we're about to get back at it here.
Like a snapping turtle chomping at the bit, Race Day leads us away as we start lap 24. And holy cow, Gunner and Scornsy got great exits compared to Slayer there.
Yeah, and Race Day is already off like a light there, a second ahead of Slayerized. And on board with Shelley, and he's just kind of watching this all take place, really trying to focus up with the commentator right in his ear, picking apart every little turn. Maybe could have opened up that turn a little bit more for a better exit there, but he is just going to sit in the weeds, maybe pointlessly using a little bit of ERS here to try and keep pace with them. He will get the triple slipstream to try and close these drivers down, but everyone's going to slow right up with the little chain, a conga line coming into this chicane. Tries to open up, just misses the apex, and he's going to get a bad exit here. And now he's going to have to deploy the ERS to try and catch back up. Not what he was hoping to do. Yellow in behind with VTEC finding some issues, and Shelley has already dropped back a half a second as you see Scornsy trying to get on the podium there. Once again, does able to catch that apex decently well, swinging into sector 3 here. Not in too bad of a spot, with Gunner overshooting the turn. That allows Scornsy back beside. This is huge for Shelley. If he can get this overtake as well, he's going to choose the inside line, which switches to the outside line here on Gunner, and Gunner's going to allow him through. But now, once again, cannot complete the apex well, and Scornsy is up into the podium position, trying to break away.
AlphaTauri compromise right there that Tono was going to take advantage of and jump to P5. Double overtake on the start-finish straight. That was awesome. Real tough trouble there as they really just had to dispatch P2, but you had two drivers on old mediums followed by a driver on older hards followed by Shelley on fresh tires. Can Shelley take advantage of these fresh tires sitting behind Scornsy in P3? Scornsy 1.6 seconds behind P2 at this point in time.
Yeah, I would not want to be in Shelley's shoes right now trying to chase down a 3-time champion, even though he's on the slower compounded tire. It almost gives him no excuse to not be quicker than him right now, but he just seems to not be at this point. Houdini is...
The look on his face as he is listening to this nonstop. Race day has pulled a 2.8 second...
Gunner goes off there. Houdini is able to get the overtake. He's back on track and trying to work alongside Houdini here as two drivers. Actually, Gunner does give way. Yellow flag there once again. VTEC not having a good end of his race here. And Shelley is just slowly losing the time to Scornsy, just heartbreakingly so. Race day picking up the fastest lap, sees his teammate having a successful venture here in the Interdivision Challenge. And actually, Scornsy is within DRS and Shelley's losing it. He's really got to try and close this gap in Sector 1, or else this could be his race right here, with Scornsy having a shot at P2. And Shelley...
It's supposed to be nice. Stop tormenting me.
Shelley is just cannot get into DRS, and that'll bring Scornsy just a little bit farther away as we see that back wing open right on board with Shelley and his hopes. His hopes of P3 is slowly diminishing, and now P4 could be at risk with Tono right up his keister, who's going to get DRS as well.
Staying behind him on the chicane for the double DRS. He's under 50% ERS, but he is going to utilize it all to try and take advantage here. Scornsy getting about 3/4 of a second behind.
Oh, and Shelley with low battery is just a wounded animal at the ready. Is Tono trying to swing around the outside. Shelley trying to get the elbows out. A little bit of unneeded contact there. And will attempt a swoop back down, and even more contact from Shelley. Little dirty racing there is the Aston Martin. And all is for naught with Tono.
Snap from both cars.
Yeah, snapping ahead into the middle of the race line. And Shelley is now down to P5, having a chance at the podium. A big mistake there from the Aston Martin driver, and now
Scornsy
all the way up
less
ahead.
Than half a second behind Slayer as well.
Yeah, all the way up ahead is Scornsy now trying to chase down P2, trying to get back what he so rightfully deserved with that unfortunate safety car and drive-through penalty. All was handed to the man in 5th place, but all was given back with the inability to
Dude, this is supposed to be funny. This is supposed to be funny. Like, oh my gosh, a driver joined mid-race. Now this is torture, man. This is torture.
As you heard here from our fellow Canadians, bullying is fun. Now, on to Scornsy's case.
Bring back
Holy
bullying.
cow. Hard tires, same degradation as the mediums on Slayer. ERS fully deployed. DRS wide open on the inside. Can he hold on? Inside line tucks it away. Slayer's going to keep fighting.
Oh, well done by
Days
Slayer.
ahead there. So well done.
Well done by Slayer.
Scornsy, 30% ERS left versus Slayer's 15. They are going to keep dragging this out to the end. Tono is cutting in as well, but he does have older tires. More battling here might give Tono the opportunity to sneak in a last lap podium. But this battle is going to keep on going as third, fourth, and fifth now all within a second of one another. Holy cow, Shelly, you're right back in this.
Yeah, right back in like a squirrel in his hole. Is that what they live in, holes, right?
Shelly does have a chance.
I was expecting turtle in a shell, but you know what? We will take it. It's on brand enough.
Shelly with an outside chance, but of course he needs everyone to just crash out because I don't believe the ability is there, Peter, to get the job done.
Gosh, where's the duct tape in the booth when you need it?
Oh my goodness gracious. Almost wall-to-wall action there as Scornsy goes down the inside before the chicane. Slayer has to yield. Tono getting his nose right up in the business here. Shelly right behind them as well. ERS fully deployed. This is an insane battle for third.
Yeah, and Shelly will have one more lap and 2 more DRS straights to try and get the job done. Tono wants to do it right now. Goes all the way around the outside on Slayer Eyes and does get the position. Shelly opting to not take the proper racing line to go off track and get a snap of oversteer and nearly end his race.
It hurts.
A. Daltonian is now right behind Shelly. Now Shelly's feeling the pressure in behind. Shelly cannot keep up with these two drivers on nearly double the age of his tire. Scornsy is trying to break off into the distance and hold on to P2. Tono is trying to keep pace with them just to be able to get some DRS in defense. We're on lap 29 of 29. Race day virtually has this one locked up. We have a DRS train falling from second place all the way down to 9th. But those softs are surely going to fall off pretty quick here.
Third through sixth, all of these drivers under 20% ERS. The gap is expanding to over half a second between all of them. Tono will keep the DRS on Scornsy. Shelly will have the DRS. Same with A. Daltonium. Geez. Slayer might be the sitting duck here, but we have had full utilization of ERS on the previous lap from virtually all of these drivers on that incredible battle towards the end of Sector 2. There may not be enough left in the tank for one final run for all of these cars.
Well, Shelly actually hits the chicane pretty well here, and he's going to get the slipstream DRS and ERS trying to work for him here. Slayer is trying to use every little bit of his battery, trying to get it done. Goes a little bit deep, opens the door ever so slightly for Shelly. He's got to do a really good job to keep the pace but not spin out. Will he try and go for another overtake at this point here? No, he will not. Slayerized is going to hold on as of right now. Shelly trying to open up the inside line, forcing Slayer out wide. Race day does come over the line for the win, and Shelly loses it, and that will be it. A disappointing 5th place for Shelly as he comes through the final turn and is going to finish up the second of the Aston Martins there. He's got to be very upset with that, Peter.
Oh, I would just be absolutely gutted. I mean, one would say that a turtle would retract his head back into his shell after that one. But let's give a quick round of applause. Race day in control, takes the checkered flag P1. Scornsy, despite a Ferrari pit strategy and crazy drive-through penalty, somehow brings it home P2. And Tono, our shocking P3, representing the lower divisions, doing an unbelievable job tonight.
Well, he was our dark horse, was he not?
He was. Shout out to Monkey Mafia Racing providing us with that joy there in P4 as well. But yes, Tono was one of the drivers we called out earlier tonight in the superior machinery to have a good chance. And my goodness gracious, did he put on an entertaining show this evening.
Yeah, it was a good one. That's for sure. It was a good one.
Thank you guys for calling tonight. I'm head out.
Thanks for coming in and getting bullied.
Yeah, that was funny though. I mean, that's definitely the highlight. Yeah.
I was going to be honest with you. You better hope Ryan Rods is not calling your races next season, because if you listen to that racer commentate on clipping apexes or not, it is a horrifying prospect to hear how many you do miss.
Yeah, no, I was there. Yeah, yeah, I spun in fear.
I forgot that you were in that race with us. Yes, have a good one. Thank you for joining mid race. That was an absolutely bold decision.
Yeah, bad decision. Don't do that, fellas. See ya.
All right, see you, man.
Ciao, ciao. Well, Crash, it's back to you and me. I have to be honest, some of the highlights of the race has to be the shock exit of Ryan Rods around lap 7, lap 8, looking like he lost control of the car all on his own. Unfortunately, call me maybe absolutely getting murdered midway through the race by his teammate definitely shook up the field. And we had just an incredible finish there with Tono, Slayer, Shelley, and A. Daltonian fighting for that final podium position.
Yeah, a good look at the finishing results here. Race Day does get the win with the aid of the Scornsy mishap there, and Ryan Rods going out. Tono will be third, Sleigh Rise fourth, Shelley a disappointing fifth, A. Daltonian in sixth, Aliex seventh, Houdini eighth, Spaceman ninth, Gunner 10th, Corvette, DJ Knickknack, VTech, Ill Bill, Bobby Yaga, and the DNFs are to Call Me Maybe, Travis Scott, Pork Chops, and Ryan Rods. And we must thank all of those drivers that did participate here. Very appreciative of all of them. But I don't think we're going to do interviews here, Peter. I think we're just going to call it close.
Hey,
yeah.
You are the boss in that case, sir. I have to say, as always, it is an absolute pleasure to tune in and be a part of this broadcast. More frequently than not, I'm unfortunately missing a few races for travel-related reasons this year, so I mean, I'll let you know if I can ever remote in and help with the cast, but are you excited for Season 9 and what it has to bring? I am Wheel. I moved over to Wheel full-time this season. I picked up Knuckles' old Logitech set last year, or maybe 2 seasons ago, and kind of transitioned slightly midway through. Only a few burn marks on it, thankfully. Unfortunately. I can hear you pretty clear. I have to check back on the Twitch screen.
Oh, I need to. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, yeah. But that'll bring end to our stream. I have to leave it up here for my mic to be working. So, yeah, say your goodbyes there, Peter, and we'll bring it to a close.
Thank you, everybody, as always, for tuning into the Midwest F1 in between season interdivision race. It brings out the best of the drivers, the best of the techniques, and just a lot of joy for everybody who doesn't always get to tune into our Thursday night races. As always, huge shout out to the organizers, whether it be Pork with the overall organization of the league, guys like Cake, and guys like Monkey, who organize some of the other non-F1 leagues here. Huge shout out to Forward for all he does, the 100% league, and Hotspot, albeit on hiatus now, for all he's done for the F2 league. Most importantly, to our loyal, fantastic, and entertaining race commentator, Crash McQueen. Thank you as always, sir, for all that you do.
It is not a problem. Yes, thank you very much for coming in once again, Peter, and filling in the spot for the Interdivision Challenge. Is very appreciative. And as well, thank you everyone that did tune in and participate, and best of luck to all the racers going into Season 9 to bring F1 2022 to a close. Be sure to check out all of our past footage on the YouTube channel there, and to get updates on the Instagram and Twitter pages. So, with that being said, hopefully you have a good rest of your weekend. As per usual, stay safe. I will leave you with a couple pictures from our endurance race, or the iRacing team liveries, as well as the upcoming Season 4 schedule for the Endurance Race Series, Gran Turismo Series. Okay, yeah. So hopefully everyone has a good night. As per usual, stay safe, have a good time, and we'll be seeing you all very soon.